Shalom, shalom, kal halayim, wa barakim la Yahweh bashim Yahushai bashim Racha HaKodash. That means all praises and blessings unto the Most High and His Son, Yahweh bashim Yahushai, and the Holy Spirit. Blessings, or Slakia, double honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well and who I learned His truth from, and salutations and blessings unto the elect. My channel got striked, so this is my new channel, History of Yaikwa Ba, or 2. And this lesson is going to deal with, this whole thing with, you've been hearing about it in the last couple of years with this whole thing of eating bugs, right? You have a lot of protein companies that sell whey protein and protein isolate. They're switching over to protein from crickets, I believe, right? Now, I did a lesson a while back on the John the Baptist diet, because John the Baptist, when you read, what sustained him was locusts and honey, raw honey, unpasteurized honey, for your information. But locusts aren't off, to eat, locusts. There's a brother actually in the camp. He's from Rwanda, and he said back home, you fry them up, you put some salt on them, and they taste good. And I don't doubt him. We're just not used to that on this side of the world. But what they're pushing is, first of all, other kind of insects that are unclean. Locusts, they actually contain, when you look it up, all 9 essential amino acids, which they're essential because the body doesn't produce them, and you need them for various functions. And then the honey has a bunch of micronutrients, obviously your carbohydrate, and antibacterial, other kind of properties that will sustain you and protect you. Of course, if it was, which it was, I'm not saying if it was raw honey that John the Baptist was out there eating, it contained bee pollen, and that's a supplement in itself that people take today and they buy. So let's start off Leviticus 11:1. And the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud, among the beasts that shall ye eat. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. He is unclean unto you, And you read this whole chapter, and it mentions what you can and can't eat. But the point I want to get is why, It's because the Lord said it's unclean. When you look up that word unclean, all right, in the Hebrew, tama, which means unclean, impure, right? Down here in the Strong's definition, defiled, infamous, polluted, and we can go into the root, basically to be unclean, become impure. And why? Because these the unlawful creatures that you can eat, they're actually filthy, and they will actually harm your body. They'll defile your body. All right, they're polluted. Okay, so let's go to this first point here. It says insects contain chitin, I believe that's how you say, or chitin, that cannot be processed by our gut. Chitin is a highly appetizing polysaccharide, which I believe that's a sugar, if I'm not mistaken. Polysaccharide for cancer, parasites, fungi, and anything that causes disease. Chitina is part of its construction. Insects also contain metamorphic steroids, particularly ecdysterone. It's not a mammal food. Only birds can safely process insect food. Birds' digestive system is completely different than ours. That's why also in the book of, actually, let's get that. This is why You have different animals and creatures that have different functions, man. They got different digestive tracts. All right, they can do different things, and eat different things. 1 Corinthians 15:39, all flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts. Because why? That old saying, you are what you eat. So as you eat these things, they say, right, your tissue rebuilds itself after 3 months, right? Your blood reconstructs itself, right? And by tissue, I mean all layers of tissue. There's a lot of layers. There's an epithelial layer. There's a bunch of layers of tissue. So that's why you start looking like a bugged out person and defiled when you eat pork and shrimp. You know, it starts coming out of your pores, man, because it's part of the material used by your body to build your body. You start eating, you eat the things you eat because mainly it gives you energy, but also because why? It's actually the material for the construction of your body. Right? Your bones remodel themselves. Right? Another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. Right? So it says back here, birds' digestive system is completely different than ours. Now you know why they want us to eat the bugs, or Z-bugs, as that devil Schwab said, right? Now we go here. All you got to do is type in what foods are high in chitin. Look, foods like shrimp, lobster, mushroom, and even insects all possess chitin. So you eating shrimp and lobster. First of all, those are the cockroaches of the ocean. Crab, right? All that nasty ish. Those are the janitors of the ocean, man. They're the garbage disposal, right? Even oysters, man. Oysters, there's a picture of a filthy tank, right, that had nasty water, and then there was another picture that used to have that filthy tank of nasty water, but they put oysters in it at the bottom, and that water became clean because they process all the yuck. And then you're digging that out, eating that. Oh yeah, it tastes good. That's why, look, man, a lot of our people, they got what? Diseases. You don't want to listen to the words of the Most High. He's going to put you in a disease, right? He might give you an inflammatory disease, a burning, or there's all kinds of other diseases, right? It says when consumed, chitin is a fantastic source of insoluble fiber. Okay, you're getting this from Esau. He'll tell you pork is a great source of protein. It says, in fact, chitin's fiber provides prebiotic properties to the gut flora. Wonderful. All right, but you can take a herb called burdock root that's a very good prebiotic, and it'll do a bunch of other things, clean out your blood and all kinds of stuff. Salakia, this shit is nasty here. All right, so let's go to this article. This is from Morning Sign Out. All right, it says, chitin is bad for lungs, August 1st, 2017, by Raymond Ho. It's a substance found in exoskeletons of crabs and insects, and often in your lungs. Whether you're aware of it or not, you are constantly breathing in a mixture of microscopic substances in the air that contain chitin, such as dust mites and fungal spores. See? Because of its sturdiness and foreign nature, chitin is in our lungs must be removed, right? How it is removed and whether it has any deleterious effects remain unclear. However, a recent study suggests that chitin may cause lung diseases and that our bodies rely on a certain enzyme to get rid of it, right? So check that out, man. So this damages your lungs. And that's interesting because we're in a time where you have a lot of lung problems with people. Researchers from UCSF have found that an enzyme known as AMCase may be responsible for the breakdown of chitin in the airways of mice and possibly humans. Their previous study had found that inhaled chitin can cause an inflammatory response that ultimately leads to pulmonary fibrosis, a type of lung disease where scarring of lung tissue makes it hard to breathe. Why is the scarring occurring? Why? Because of the inflammation, which is a burning, which starts tearing away at the tissue. So clearly this is not good. All right. It says, with such harmful effects, it would make sense if our bodies were able to break down inhaled chitin. In fact, chitinases are enzymes designed specifically for such a function. In this case, or in this study, the researchers found that AMcase, a chitinase, was being made by cells in the airways of mice. Okay. Says the study went on to confirm these findings in humans. The researchers examined individuals with inflammatory lung diseases as well as healthy controls without lung disease and found that those with pulmonary fibrosis had much more chitin in their airways than healthy individuals did. All right, so that's pretty much the point. So this is this, first of all, it's off to eat these things because the Lord, he said you're not supposed to defile your body or your temple. And this is our wisdom among all these nations. Hold on, let me find that. Book of Deuteronomy. All right, this is Deuteronomy 4 and 6. 4 and 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments. Right? Judgments of what? Covetousness, adultery, prudence in how you move. Okay, this is off, this is right, this I'm not supposed to do. This is all prudence. So your diet, you're not free in your diet completely. Like these people, I can eat whatever the hell I want. No, you can't. You think you can, but the men of the Lord, we're using prudence, man. Somebody brings a pepperoni pizza, I can't consume that. Oh, why? What's going on? Are you Muslim? A bunch of 101 questions, man. But we have that prudence and judgment for what? For our health, man. First and foremost, to please the Lord, which brings blessings upon us. Even as the Lord Yahweh, my power commanded me that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes, and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. You see that? So, that was just a small thing I wanted to bring out, but you're seeing why they're pushing these, the bugs, man. That whole filth about, we're gonna have to get used to eating bugs and all these different foods, man. Okay, so I hope you're edified. Kahalalim la Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well and teach well, and Shalom to the elect.